Hi, my name is Cassidy. I'm the director of DeBence Antique Music World here in Franklin, Pennsylvania. We've got a special treat for you today. We're going to take you behind the scenes through the museum workshops to see some of the projects that we have going on at the museum these days. This is the tour that you don't usually see, I suppose, when you visit the public-facing half of the museum. So, come on back. Alright. This is the workshop of the museum. There's lots of odds and ends in here. It's a little bit of a mess, but we're working through it. The first thing that you might see is the large, somewhat deconstructed piano here. This has been used as a practice piano of late, in that we have a couple of piano tuners, and at least a few volunteers that needed a little bit of training on how to tune pianos, as we hope that they'll be able to tune some pianos around here for us. And then we're using this piano as practice, as well as learning how to change strings on a piano. It's nice to practice on something that isn't as valuable as some of the pieces downstairs are. So that's what this piano lives here for. The odds and ends on this side are pieces from when we redid the desk in the office. So these will all hopefully be gone shortly. On the side wall here of the workshop is the many, many 78s which have been donated to the museum over time. As you might notice, they're slowly making their way outwards into the workshop, and this is going to be a wintertime project for us, is working to catalog, sort, alphabetize, put all of the records back up on the wall where they're supposed to be. Alright, I'm going to have you come on back to our roll room over here that our lovely volunteer Lydia has been working on. Come on in. It's a mess, as every work of progress is, but this is where we store quite a lot of our player piano rolls. On the main shelves here across the room, these are all of our standard 88-note player piano rolls. Lydia has been working on alphabetizing, cataloging, and digitizing these. By digitizing, I mean just digitizing the catalog of them so that we know what we have in here. Currently, I believe she's working on the letter T, so we're getting there. We're close. On the top, these are reproducing player piano rolls. These are mostly all of our Ampico rolls, as you can see. They are a bit of a mess. That is the next phase of this project, is once we complete the 88-note rolls, we will get on cataloging the reproducing rolls. There are still some of the larger rolls for some of the larger band organs in this room. The military band organ rolls stay in here. We have demonstration and test rolls up at the top. What else? Behind you here, these are rolls for the Mills Violin Virtuoso machine, the more orchestrion rolls, as well as some of our more niche player piano type rolls. So a lot of these are 65-note rolls. The pianolodeon rolls live in here, as well as what are probably our smallest rolls, which go to our little roll monica, which is the harmonica that plays on a roll of music, player harmonicas. The rolls originally sold for 10 cents through Sears catalogs. The pianolodeon rolls, like I said, we have some of the cobs for some of our roller organs in here. So the cobs live down there. There are some 78s that we maintain for the collection in here, and there are some larger discs for the disc music boxes hanging out in the corner here. We would eventually like to get those moved and set up in long-term storage a little bit better than that. As we have been cataloging, Lydia, our wonderful volunteer who has been digitizing the catalog of these, is currently not even to the end of the alphabet, and she's at over 2,000 rolls. So we know that the 88-note rolls, we have at least a couple thousand probably, and I suspect the Ampico rolls will be close to that as well. So this is the roll room. If we step back outside here, I can show you the Edison records, which live on the shelves over here. Those have been cataloged and will be digitized here shortly. And then I can take you upstairs to the third floor workshop, which if you want to follow me up the secret staircase. Come on in. This is the third floor workshop. This is more of a wood shop, and we're currently in the process of cleaning it out a little bit, as it has become a bit of a hodgepodge of storage. We do currently have another jukebox up here that's a work in progress.
So many jukeboxes.
Every now and again, if a machine needs a wooden part or anything like that, we can do a little bit of that up here, although we are kind of backing away from doing a lot of the more serious woodworking up here, as it is a safety hazard for staff. So it's more of a storage area in the future. But if you come on through, I'll show you the main ballroom. This is the ballroom that sits on the third floor of the museum. If you've ever been to one of our concerts, you've probably been in this space or one of our events. We use it frequently for that purpose. It's currently set up because we, last weekend, had a concert with the Venango Brigade and they played in here, hence why all the chairs are set up. This ballroom is original to the building. This is a 1906 building. The ballroom, though, was used by the International Order of Oddfellows. This was their meeting spot, and that's why you can still some kind of see the outline of the shuffleboard courts on the floor, even though we had the floors refinished. Down here at the end, though, is our most recent piece to come in the museum. If you watched some of our videos, or you watch some of them in the future, you might see this piece featured. It only just recently arrived yesterday morning from California. This is a set of 1907 Faraday and Company bells that used to be at a silent movie theater in Philadelphia. Now, the bells did not look like this when they were in Philadelphia. They were hung above the theater, and the organist would ring them at important or interesting moments within the movie whenever they thought appropriate. And that's how they were used at the silent movie theater until the development of talkies or talking movies, when they figured out how to add sound, at which point the theater closed down, and these bells were sold to the great uncle of the donor who sent them to us. They were hooked up to a sawhorse, and he would play them for parties and events. When they were on the sawhorse, he had a small cardboard keyboard that he would play them for. He'd play them for events and weddings and picnics and such. They rotted away in a rabbit hutch for many, many years until the donor's father put them together in this lovely wooden case, set them all up, hooked them to electricity, and hooked them up to a keyboard. That was many years ago at this point. The donor inherited them. She had them in her house in California for many, many years, but she's now moving and needed a new home for them. And we said we would be very happy to see them return to Pennsylvania. So they are back again. Hopefully we will have the company to uncrate them today, and they'll be back here in the ballroom. The idea for this is that during our silent movies, which we've had one last year, and we hope to have another one this coming year, we will have these played again during a silent movie, which seems fitting as that was originally their purpose. Thank you for coming along with us for our behind-the-scenes tour today. I hope you enjoyed it. You can come to the museum anytime during our regular hours, which is usually 11 to 4 from Tuesday to Saturday, 12:30 to 4 on Sundays. And take a usual tour, which is through the main exhibit areas of the museum. But we hope you enjoyed this little behind-the-scenes peek at some of the projects that we have going on here. Always many, many things going on at the museum. Please check out our social media for any events on information on our event series. We do, like I said, host concerts. We will be having a silent movie in the springtime, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching. Visit us on our website or at any of our YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram channels. Thank you very much.